If you want to know how to take better pictures of pets with with your phone, I wrote the book on it, and I'm going to tell you everything I know about taking pictures of pets with your phone. So Monique here of Silver Paw Studio, founder of Pro Pet Photog, but today we're in my front room with my dog Bailey. Is it all about you now, Bay? Is it? Yeah. She's excited. Can you tell? And she's going to help us through these things. First, I want to go through the booklet, and this booklet is downloadable. It's in the description. It's free. Go ahead and grab it, and you can have this printed out for your own records. Woo! Now, this is really going to apply if you want to take better pictures of your dogs or cats, or especially if you're a foster and you have all kinds of different dogs and cats that definitely do need good photos. I talked to a lot of animal fosters that really have a hard time with that. I have my 3 top tips, okay? The first one is quick draw. Now, it's surprising how many people hand me their phone, photographers hand me their phone and say, oh, could you take a picture of us? And I cannot find their camera icon. So first of all, I would like to suggest that you have your camera on your home screen, somewhere very easy to find. And secondly, with that is have a hot button. So I have an Android. I know Apples can do this too, where you can, if your phone is off, you can swish it a certain way. For mine, you push the power button twice and the camera comes on. So you could do that, but definitely have your camera handy, because you know what it's like. They're doing something cute. Sorry, Bailey's doing something cute off camera. And you fumble around so long with your phone that you miss the image. So make sure you have a quick access to your camera. Make sure all your lenses are clean. This camera has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lenses on it. You want to make sure all of them are clean. Modern phones will often tell you, hey, you might want to clean off your camera lens, but just as habit, just take your shirt, do a quick like that, and that's going to make the quality of the images obviously way much better. Way more better? Way more better. We touch our phones, we have it in our pocket, in our bags, all kinds of things. We just want to make sure those are good to go. I know those 2 things seem obvious, but it's shocking again how often they stumble us when we're in that amazing image. My third big tip is to end camera hate. This is something I also hear from people all the time. As soon as I put my phone up, my dog looks away or walks away. And my take on that is that you are breaking the visual with your dog. You're breaking the contact. Or your cat. They're just suddenly looking at this brick going, I don't want to look at that. I was looking at you. What's happening? Hi. Up here. Now the phone is between me and her, so she didn't love that, right? So if I had it up here, she's not loving it. Hi. Good girl. When you're taking a picture of your pet, try to not have it in between you and them. Have it a little bit lower. I'm going to give you some tips on that in a second. Oh, here's a bonus tip. There's a lot of things that can trigger your camera. With Apple phones, your Apple Watch can trigger your camera. So you could even prop this nearby and then just take it from afar. With this Samsung phone, I have one of those little pens, and the pen will take the picture. So, like, she didn't even know I just took that picture. So I could be talking to her, oh, it's Bagel Girl. Yeah. Yeah. And I haven't broken the line of sight with her. And I forgot there's one more. To get that kind of dreamy, creamy background, most of you know you can put your phone in portrait mode. If you have at least 2 cameras on the back of your phone, you could have what's called portrait mode. And try it. And oftentimes you can adjust that after you've taken the photo. You're like, oh, it's too blurry, not blurry enough. I'm gonna get the fish tank behind her now. So I'm gonna turn on portrait mode because that side of the room is dark and cluttered, right? Mess around with portrait mode if you want. That'll make that creamy background. But really, you should just declutter the background. I have done that. I've taken things off this table. So if you're like a foster and you're sitting down to like, this is the day I'm gonna get pictures of the dog that's up for adoption. And so get your space ready. That's top 4 tips, okay? So quick draw, have your phone on your camera on the phone home screen, clean off your camera lenses, end camera hate by moving your phone, and experiment with dreamy backgrounds with that portrait mode. You agreeing so far? Okay. All right, now here's some photography specific notes. With these phones, when you zoom digitally, it degrades the image. So you're gonna get a lower quality image. So the common thing is that we say to zoom with your feet. Walk in closer to them if you can. Often our phones have an optical zoom. It'll use one of these lenses. And then at some point it'll say, hey, you're digitally zooming. That's when you wanna be careful. If you want a higher quality picture, try to get physically closer to your subject. Okay, when I was talking about my dog looks away every time I get my phone out, here is a huge tip that I really like, because you're trying to take a picture right in at their eye level, or just, if you can, even just a tiny bit below their eye level. And how are you gonna do that? Because your dog is way down there, your cat, and you're way up here. So one way to help is to turn your phone upside down. So I've got it, here's the right way, and turn it upside down. These little pop sockets and handles, these kind of things can help with that. But you can also just do this, and then you lower the phone all the way to their level. And oftentimes that lowers it beneath your face. So they're not even sure that you're taking a picture. So turn your phone upside down. Yeah. If you have an active animal, then take a burst of images. And it used to be you'd hold down the shutter button and it would just take a burst of images. On some phones now it just triggers the video camera. So look into it to see how you can take that burst. It could be the down volume button. It could be another way that you can take a whole bunch, and then you have one to choose from. Phones have that built in, but it's a different hotkey on your phone for every phone. Oh, look at that. That's cute. That's a nice activity. Now, she's not the most active dog, but I could do a whole series of photos of her to utilize that. As far as lighting, right now I am next to this window. It's kind of midday. This is a north-facing window. I never get direct light in here, but it's a good size window. So when we go to take the photos, she's gonna be next to the window, because you can see it's bright over here and it very quickly gets dark over here. So as close as you can be to a window light. So I'm gonna try to get between her and the window. Come over here. There you go, that's cute. Oh my gosh, that's cute. And what's happened here is that she's very, very bright white dog. So when I go to take her picture, I can tap and hold on the screen to lock focus and lock exposure. There are flashes on these phones, obviously, but I don't always like to use them unless the phone is just a little bit off to the side, because that's how you get those green eyes and red eyes, is when the flash goes right into their eye and reflects back. You get that weird look in their eyes. So you can use the flash, but it might be when the cat is just looking off to the side. But I can just pull my camera around like this. What's over here? What's over here? So most of the time, I just tell people, be as close to a window source as you possibly can. I have this window. Maybe you have a big sliding glass door. And then when you're there, try to get yourself between the window and the animal. So maybe have your back against the sliding glass door. I'm pointing that way, I have a sliding glass door. Have your back against the sliding glass door and your animals, your pets, right in front of it. So that light is hitting them instead of making them this weird silhouette. That's how you're getting all those silhouettes. There's not enough light on the front of them. And this is just how she always sits. So I'm gonna try to get this image too, even though it's backlit. So this is even better because she can really face the sun and I'm not trying to sit on my plants. I'm gonna get the fish tank behind her now. So let's turn on portrait mode. And hello, are we such a good girl? And should I get a closer upper one of you? Well, that's really closer upper. That's perfect. Now, if you're outside, go into what I call open shade. So either an overcast day, those are perfect, or find an open shade. Maybe it's the side of the building. Maybe it's the side of your house or the shelter, or you're out on a walk and there's all this amazing shade that you can stand in, but it's still bright. then you're not gonna get weird splotchy light on them, and it's just gonna be nice and even. So see what you can do about finding some open shade. I could go into a lot more on lighting. I have some videos on here about using speed lights and studio lights. If that's something you want to dive into, I'll link some videos, or you can just find them on this channel. But today we're just talking about the natural light. Editing. When I edit these, I just use Google's free Snapseed, S-N-A-P-S-E-E-D, Snapseed, and you can edit out leashes. So say you have your dog outside in that open shade, and maybe you're holding him with the leash, obviously, so safety, and you're taking that picture with your phone upside down, but you kind of want to get rid of that leash. Snapseed, you can take it right out. You can brighten, you can crop. Snapseed is free and it's amazing. So that's what I actually personally use for my cell phone photos. You can even add words on them. So I really love Snapseed. All right, let's talk about dog and cat behavior and how to work with that for their photos. I'm not gonna get really deep into this, but here's some probably basic ones that you'd know is high value, I'm gonna say it, treats. Okay, she didn't hear it. TREATS's, high value ones. If you can, get those out when you're trying to do photos. You'll see me do that in a second. Now you have to feed your model. If you tell your model you're gonna feed them, you need to feed them. Here you go. There. So Bailey's very easily bribed with treats, but sometimes that's the only thing that she thinks about. So another tip for you is maybe don't get out the treats right away. Toys. Include a favorite toy if this is your personal dog, or if it's a shelter dog, like a foster dog, definitely show them playing. It also shows scale, like how big the animal is. If it's a dog that you're like, oh, that could be 10 pounds, it could be 40 pounds, we don't know, put something in there for scale. There is an app for Android called Silly Sounds for Dogs. Let's see. Yeah, Silly Sounds for Dogs. It's like a smiley face with its tongue sticking out. Frank and I use this at all our sessions. If you don't have a squeaky on you, it has a squeaky sound. There's all kinds of sounds in this app. I'll tell you, let's see. Okay. A little kitty. There's a lot of cool sounds in there. Have fun for sure. Make it as fun as you possibly can. Kind of like when we're training our dogs these days, we want it to be a fun time. In my studio, I always want it to be fun and the best day ever. So make it as fun as possible. If they're not wanting to do it, just take a break. Do it another time. Have practice times. Maybe you're only going to try to take a couple of pictures just to get them used to having this around and getting associated with whatever other fun thing, like the treats or the sounds or the toys. All right, so I have some image ideas for you to have a more robust portfolio of these images on your phone. And there's the typical sleeping. So look at her, isn't she adorable? Obviously, that's kind of like the easiest time for us to get a picture of our pets is when they're sleeping. When they're playing, of course, if they're moving fast or if they're a darker animal, you'll want more light. So a bright overcast day outside. Be close to the window. Move to a room with more light. Turn on all the lights in your space. Do as much as you can to brighten that space for the fast animals and the dark animals. Take pictures of them doing tricks. That's so cute, right? Especially those foster animals. We want to see them happy and playing. So cute. So you could also try to get her little tongue going to town. So I'm taking a bunch of pictures. Good job. Take some pictures with people. Be sure that you hand your phone to somebody else if this is your pet, and get pictures with you in them. I can't emphasize this enough. I know we have a lot of cute pictures of our pets. Hi, he's a good girl, yeah. But get some with your pets, whether you're trying to get a selfie or having someone else. If you're photographing fosters, try to get them interacting with people too. I have a whole video on this channel about photographing just parts of people, where I could hold a kitten over my shoulder and I'm just showing the back of my hair, or I'm reaching out like this and the pictures from here to here. There's ways that you can get people involved, especially I think it's important for those foster images. Be sure to get horizontal and vertical. So whatever usage you're doing with this, you're probably going to need horizontal and vertical. So that's an easy way to increase your portfolio. Oh, and close up and wide. So when she was sitting here, it could be a nice little close up image. If I wanted to show the whole space, I could get a wide image. If she's out on a walk in a really cool place and I want to get the place too, maybe it's downtown or near a lake or something, you can take a wide image. Be sure to get close up and wide images. And then any special details. Sometimes there's those animals that one foot is white and the rest are black, or they have the curly cute tail, or they just have the cutest head tilt. Or usually that kind of dog would have a black nose and this one has a pink, you know? Get the details. Sometimes Bae will sit with her little paws crossed and it's adorable. I love getting pictures of her like that. So make sure you get the details too. And I think that's about as much as you need to do in one sitting. So I just want to go in here and edit one of them really quick to show you what it's like in Snapseed. Now I want to show you in here how you can take out things. So in this image you can see part of the table, and I want to start with cropping that out. So tools, crop, we're gonna crop. I want to put it on maybe 3x2 instead. Let's say we crop to here, but you can still see there's all of the chords down here. So tools and healing, and then you're gonna zoom in. You're gonna take that brush and do that. Okay, you're just gonna zoom in and paint over those chords. All right, so we're gonna zoom in really close, take that one out, okay? And we're gonna take this one out like that. And we're going to take that one out. Okay. So now we've taken out almost all of the chords. You can come over here, get that one, maybe the corner of this table. There we go. That's lots better. We did it. And then you can just save it. So that's a very simple edit in Snapseed. All right, in the booklet that you're going to download, there are examples of all kinds of pictures I've taken with my phone. Try it. Get your camera on that front screen. Learn animal behavior, learn where the light's coming from, figure out shortcuts for taking pictures with, you know, your watch or your headphones or your little pencil. Make it a fun time, get high value things out, experiment with different angles. Zoom with your feet and follow the booklet. Okay, there you go. Good job. Yeah, good job. What do you think, Bae? You want to come say bye? Come here. Come here. Come on. Sit down. She knows the treats are behind us. All right, as always, I wish you many woofs, purrs, and T-R-E-A-T. Come here. Whoa. Is Bay the goodest girl? Bay's the goodest girl. Is Bay the goodest girl? Yes, she is. Yeah, she's the goodest girl. That's right. Good job, Bay.